Hey everybody, what's up? So I wanted to make a couple of videos in the same day, just kind of spread stuff out because it's going to be really hard to determine when I'm going to be able to make my next video. So yeah, just want to let you know. There are things as a hearing impaired person that I hate hearing. I wanted to share these for a reason. Now, one of them I call it first word, swear word, whatever you want to call it, but it feels like one to me and it seems to feel like that to other people. And that is the word never mind. I have heard this a lot, and I don't like it, especially when people know you're hearing impaired. It's like, oh, hey, what did you say? Never mind. Like, don't say that word. Like you said something, repeat it. If I have my back turned, if you're mumbling, like at a lower volume that I can't hear, I'm not gonna hear it. Especially if you know. If you don't know, that's different. If I say, hey, I miss what you're saying, I'm hard of hearing. Could you repeat yourself? Don't say that. Just be nice, repeat a little bit louder. You don't have to scream or anything, but please do that. That ties into the other phrase that I absolutely hate, which is I'm not repeating myself. Especially after the first time they say it. I'm going, once again, I have hearing loss. Especially if it's a stranger. Could you please repeat? And they still say never mind, or I'm not repeating myself. That's just a dick move. Because literally we can't hear you. I know people who know that I have hearing loss, but they'll still do that as well. Going, why don't you want to repeat yourself? Well, if you didn't hear it the first time. The other thing, this just blows my mind when people repeat themselves, or even if they don't. I hate hearing you need to pay attention. Sure, other people do. The bad thing about this one is with hearing loss, if we don't hear you, or we may only hear part of what you're saying. And that does happen. Another reason for this stuff could be a lot of background noise. Like if we're at a store or a restaurant, you have music playing. And I've heard people say, especially like not everybody knows sign language. Like I don't, I'm trying to learn it. But learning a new language at an older age can be difficult. It is the truth. Um, so I'm taking it slow. I know people who speak it. So I'm trying to learn a little bit from them as well. I've actually text messaged someone or had my phone out, typed in message, they typed in message, we just went back and forth, and somebody said, well, that's rude. People are going to think you're talking about them. We're not. Yeah, you may think it, but we're probably not. We're just talking about other stuff. And I know people who know sign language, they said, yes, they admit they've watched people signing just because, some of the conversations were funny or whatever, but they didn't say anything. And I'm not sure how I feel about that one. Maybe, if there's a word you can't remember, maybe it helps you remember. I don't know. There's that one. I hate being told to pay attention. I really, really do. We get laughed at. One of the things is going back to not hearing everything. A couple different things. First of all, certain letters sound the same. So for us, it might be like you're saying something else. So, we may ask you to repeat yourself because we didn't hear you correctly. And people might ask what you said. If you repeat it, they might laugh at you. I've heard that I have a dirty mind, so that's why I heard something. I'm like, no, it's not. It's just because certain letters sound the same. S and F, B and D. Oh, there's so many of them. Those are the top four ones that I can think of. It's just criminy, ridiculous. If you don't know, by the way, if you don't know sign language and the person doesn't speak, because some people either never, learned how to speak, or some people are learning how to speak, but they don't know how to pronounce words, or they don't like their voice, which does happen. Please don't make them try to talk. Just like get a piece of paper if you can, just write stuff out or whatever. Uh, it does happen. There's like text programs that I've heard about where like you can say what you want, and then they have a translator which translates it to the other person. So different things like that, especially if you know someone who doesn't sign, they don't speak or whatever, just be nice to them and just be thoughtful. The other thing I hate, I'm going to make this the last one, and I've seen people do this, and even though I don't know a lot of sign language, I know a little bit. Hey kid, um, do not make up your own signs. Seriously, because this is why. There are so many different forms of sign language, and every place is kind of different. It's kind of like an accent thing. So you may sign something, if you may fake sign something you think you're fine, you could be telling somebody off because there's like, for example, uh, American Sign Language, British Sign Language, Australian, for example. There's all different sorts. And it's taught, these are taught all over the place. Maybe a teacher teaches American or whatever. So it's possible. Like this, I've seen people like signing in BSL, British Sign Language, and their stuff really is different. So that's why I say be careful. Don't make up your own signs. If you don't know sign language, best thing to do is learn. You can learn I don't sign. I need to get back into it, so I don't remember what it is. I should have probably looked it up. Excuse me. But I definitely recommend doing that. Or if you don't sign a lot, just learn how to sign. I sign a little bit. One other thing is because of grammar and that, there is um, exact English, where ASL doesn't use all the words. Exactly language. I know there's a full term for it. I should look it up. Um, they use every word, so there's more words in it than ASL. So if you learn ASL, but you see people, using words you don't understand, sorry, you don't know, then that's probably why. Like I said, it could be another country's language. So just, keep it like that. If you're, maybe in a car with someone who's hard of hearing, turn down the music, turn it off or whatever. Um, Try texting him before calling. Some people have like cochlears like I do. I just got out of the shower before making this video, so I had to take it off. Um, may not, I don't want to say this, be able to hear over the phone. Yes, you can actually stream phone calls through a cochlear, but I don't like the way it sounds. And I still, even after, working on it for a long time, there's still stuff I don't hear. And if somebody doesn't have cochlear in, their ability to hear can actually drop significantly in that ear or both ears. So that's just something to watch out for. Don't say you're just not paying attention or whatever. Or maybe their battery died or they don't have, like with some of them, almost all of them, I think. You can get like special batteries. I know the one that I have, they're talking about getting rid of those. You can buy like hearing aid battery type things and you can put them in. If they need a new charger and they say, hey, my batteries are dead, I can't hear you very well because of that, please understand. There's just so much to think about. And I know for a lot of people, they don't want to. Maybe they haven't dealt with somebody who's hard of hearing. I've heard like deaf people like, don't like completely deaf. I've heard the term deaf, meaning they're completely deaf. I wouldn't use that unless you know it's okay. Just like any term for a group of people. So that's it. I'll talk to y'all later. Take care. And if you have any questions on anything I've said, just drop a comment in below. Sorry, the comment field below. It's been a long month and a half, almost month and 3 weeks over that. Talk to y'all later. Take care. Hi, Miss Ann.